Well, hey, it's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back, guys. We have to talk about the latest episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Honey, I know it's late, but let's go ahead and get into it. All right. We only gonna talk about the things that I really care to discuss, like Sutton and Crystal speaking on the link up with Miss Lisa Rinna, and how Lisa Rinna is out here telling a completely different story than what actually ended up happening between she and Sutton. Okay. Now, Sutton says that Lisa blew up on her, which she did, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, Sutton's like, I don't want to continue to have this conversation because it's not a Sutton issue anymore. It's a Lisa's issue. Okay. Because Lisa is going around telling Crystal, like, hey, I'm upset with Sutton. And Sutton's like, she ain't tell me that when we had dinner. Okay, when we sat down to eat or whatever, she ain't say that. So she can keep this shit over there. That ain't got nothing to do with me. And I'm with Sutton on that. Like, girl, you're gonna have an issue by yourself because I'm moving on and I'm moving forward. You could be stuck there, but I'm not gonna be stuck there with you. Okay, let's move on. Okay, Crystal, Lisa, and Diana, so they speak or whatever, and actually what we learned, because this was a flashback, Miss Crystal is learning the things that Lisa and them had to say. Now, of course, Lisa and Diana had the conversation with Crystal, pretty much telling her, like, hey, we're concerned about you. You're eating disorder and things. Lisa saying, girl, I really think that you can get help on this because my child went through this and my child got help. And Miss Sutton had to tell her, like, girl, I want you to understand that I don't necessarily think that this is a issue where they were actually concerned about you. Okay. I think they were more so judging you. That is how it comes off, as though it's more of a judging versus it being like a concern, based on how they feel like she can just quickly get over this or just go see somebody and stop dealing with this. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely, to me, giving judgmental based on, I guess, their perception. Like, they're not in it. Like, Lisa, you could say all day that your daughter went through this or whatever, but you don't know what other silent issues that your daughter is battling. To you, it may look like she's doing okay because maybe that's the impression she's giving off to you, but behind the scenes she still could be battling a lot of stuff. It's not as easy. Like, I like that Crystal was like, this is a disorder. Like, it's not something she's going to be able to get over so quickly. Just like Crystal said, I have the resources, people. I can go and see a doctor. I can go and do this. I can go and do that. All right. And I've done some of those things, right? Just because I've done some things doesn't mean that I have not done everything. You know what I'm saying? Or I haven't done anything, right? So I definitely agree with Crystal on that. I think the ladies are out of touch, and I felt as though, based on how they present this conversation to her, it wasn't going to be good, because I feel like this is a delicate topic. You got to kind of take your time with it. Like, you can't just, girl, you need to go see somebody because it's leading with a lack of understanding. So with a lack of understanding also comes a ton of judgment, in my opinion. So I definitely saw where Sutton was coming from, and it actually hurt the feelings of Crystal, and she felt like it was insensitive. And yeah, it is. I mean, maybe how they approached it with her in that moment wasn't as insensitive, but ultimately we know that the ladies was coming off with some insensitive energy. Okay, I don't understand it, because it's always something when it comes to Crystal and Sutton. I don't be getting that. Like, y'all be giving passes to all y'all other friends, but I guess the people that you may deem as weak on the show, those the ones that y'all come for. But let's keep going, because Kyle and Erica ended up linking up, and Kyle actually tells Erica about what Garcelle was saying, basically trying to put a alcohol or drinking problem off on her. Okay. And I can't remember what Kyle said, but I know that Erica felt as though Garcelle was not coming from a good place. And of course, that has a lot to do with the conversation that Garcelle and Erica had to sit down and talked about, right? They did not talk about alcohol and stuff, but Erica just kind of knows her place in Garcelle's life. Like, if it came down to Garcelle heavily defending her, she don't think that Garcelle defending her would be like genuine. So she feels like Garcelle don't really rock with her like that, for real, for real. So that's why she feels like when it comes to her speaking on the drinking and stuff, she don't feel like Garcelle really had true concern. I feel like Garcelle may have had some true concern, but it doesn't mean that Erica ain't lying. Garcelle probably don't like yo. You know what I'm saying? But I think that she is kind of looking out, because here's the thing. Why is it an issue for Garcelle to bring up a drinking problem that you seem to be having? Why is it a problem for her to do it, but it's okay for Lisa Rinna to do it? Lisa Rinna pretty much did the same thing that Garcelle did, but you choosing to be mad at Garcelle because Garcelle is going to ride for her friend Sutton. Is that what it is? Is she not just going to let you pick on Sutton however you want to? So is that what the issue is? Or could it possibly also be that Garcelle went around around talking about this issue with other people, but didn't necessarily bring it to you, the issue, like Lisa Rinna did. Like it could be that, but at the end of the day, I still feel like Garcelle and Lisa are on the same page with what they're thinking. You're just starting to grow an issue with Garcelle. So now you want to try and put some energy towards her as though she was coming from a negative space. But also understand this, Garcelle not that close with you like some of the other ladies are. So if she's trying to tell Kyle, because y'all are super close, in hopes that Kyle is going to play the role that Lisa Rinna is playing, I don't think that's necessarily wrong. So I don't think Garcelle was doing anything wrong, as Miss Erica would say. But she gonna do that anyway, because that's just how she is. She gonna think how she wanna think, feel how she wanna feel. I'm not seeing it the same way that Miss Erica is. Okay. So let's fast forward to Dorit, because she decides to have this homeless, not toothless foundation or charity gala or whatever she chose to do, girl. I guess, honey. Her husband got his teeth done. She got her teeth done. I guess there's some people that's homeless but can't afford to get their teeth done. So she decides she want to get their teeth done. And then you got the doctor that decides he's only going to donate one set of teeth. And I'm like, girl, you could give us at least three, maybe. You know what I'm saying, for her foundation, but you're going to give us one. So, okay, we'll rock with it. It's fine. I mean, it's a lot of hard work. It's your time. Whatever, honey. Anyway, get to the event. PK sitting up there because it's supposed to be a black and gold event. PK done gifted Mauricio with some type of Versace belt. Okay. And it seemed like Kyle acted like she was having an issue with that. Like, why you over here getting all these gifts from PK? Like, what's going on? I said, girl, I would give Mauricio a gift too with his fine. It's okay. But anyway, girl, let's keep going. Okay. So Kyle at the table, this really pissed me the hell off, y'all. Really pissed me off. Kyle at the table begins to bring up Rinna calling out Sutton and telling Sutton to get the out her house, right? Lisa Rinna says no, she didn't say that. She felt like, girl, if you feel that way, then you can leave, right? She's told her that she said it much differently. She gave Kyle a similar story as she gave to Crystal, right? When it came to the whole Sutton situation and get the hell out of my house. I felt like how everybody else felt, because I feel like she definitely said that, like, get the fuck out of my house. Like, that's how she said it. Dorit said she said it like that. Garcelle said she said it like that. But Sutton was sitting at the table like, girl, I don't even want to talk about it. Like, girl, this is not the event, which it was not the event, the time nor the place to bring this conversation up. The audacity. So then Kyle continues to press the button to have the conversation. She goes over to ask Dorit. Then she even brings Rinna into the conversation. And I do not like this. Like, it's high key you punking the fuck out of Sutton. And Garcelle kind of slick mentioned that in the confessional, and I agree with Garcelle all the way down. Like, yeah, girl, it's like you picking on her. It's like you punking her. Like, I don't like that whole that you doing. But if it was Erica, you'll be over there. Let's give her some grace, guys. Guys, can we give her a little bit of grace? Like, can we just grace, grace? Like, that's what you'll be doing. And I just don't like that at all. Like, if Sutton didn't want to talk about it, she actually was trying to be respectful for Dorit's event. Now, had Sutton wanted to talk about it and got loud, y'all would have blamed all of that on Sutton and said Sutton ruined your event. But y'all will never bring that energy to Lisa. And I just hate the biasness that y'all have, okay? Rinna wants Sutton to pretty much apologize. She felt as though, Sutton, you came to my event, you disrespected my husband on national TV, me and my husband. You and I may have had a talk, but you never apologized to him. And Sutton said, girl, he was leaving the wine tasting. You wanted me to pull him to the side? And Lisa was like, yeah, that's what I wanted you to do. But Sutton said, I've already texted him. Lisa denies this and says Harry never got it. I feel like Lisa was lying, if you ask me. Sutton even read the message that she sent over to Harry. Okay. So then it switches up, right? Because Lisa's still mad about it for whatever reason. So Lisa switches it up and says now she wants a public apology. Like, you didn't apologize. You know what? You should have apologized to him publicly. You know what? Publicly. You know what, Lisa, was sad? Is that you're upset with the things that Sutton said on a show about a gala, a foundation, or whatever it was that you attended. And the tickets or whatever, she bought tickets, y'all didn't show up, whatever the case was. You were upset with her for what she said on TV, but then you'll come to somebody else's similar function and show your ass. That's what's not making sense to me. You care so much of how people perceive you at that particular event, and you're not contributing any money or paying Sutton or whatever the case was with that issue, but then you'll come to the Reese event and show your ass the way that you did. Not everybody looking at you like you stupid, like what the fuck is really going on, right? So yeah, I just felt like that was ignorant Okay. Let's keep going. So Kyle, now she over there trying to calm Rinna down as Rinna's getting louder. Because Rinna is telling her, like, girl, as soon as you explain to me why you felt the need to go on the show and say this or that, or why you felt the need to do what you do, if you don't explain to me why or something like that, then I'll never let it go. It was some stupid. It's just stupid. Like, girl, it's not even that big of a deal. You just like to pick on something because you really ain't got enough balls for everybody else. Okay. But anyway, so Kyle, not she over there trying to calm Rinna down. And I'm like, Kyle, why are you over here trying to calm Lisa Rinna down when you're the one who started this bullshit? And then now you want to sit up here and say, oh, calm down, wait, it's getting out of hand. Like, you knew what was going to happen. You know your friends. You know how Lisa gets when it comes to Sutton. If you think that it didn't, if you know Lisa, first of all, so you should have never even asked the question because you already know how Lisa gets with Sutton. So now you got multiple people telling you how Lisa responded to Sutton. Why would you engage or start this argument? And you know Lisa's gonna do the very thing that she already did at her own house. Like, they about to get loud with each other again. Like, it was just terrible. Okay. Um, what else? Kyle, I just felt like she needed to get the fuck out of here or whatever. She knew exactly what she was doing. Lisa Rinna was like, who started this? Who called this out? And everybody said Kyle. Okay. And Kyle just laughed, hid behind Mauricio because she was being messy as fuck. And she knew exactly what it is that she was doing. And I feel like I would deal with it better if it wasn't so obvious what Kyle be out here doing. That's what be killing me. It just be so obvious. Or if it came from somebody else, maybe. You know what I'm saying? If it came from everybody pretty much got issues with her. So maybe if it came from Dorit, I probably would have understood it better. I mean, and then it was her event. I would have still been like, why are you wanting to have this conversation at your event? But maybe, how Kyle does stuff, it's just so obvious. So I want to talk about this flashback. They gave us a flashback of Lisa throwing a drink or something on Kyle's sister. At least I do believe that was Kyle's sister. Y'all correct me on that, okay? If it wasn't her sister, but I thought that was her sister. But my thing is this: you couldn't throw shit at my sister and not be checked for that. Now, I don't know what happened later on in the season, whether Miss Kyle got with Lisa or what the hell happened to check her. But it's one thing for y'all to toss insults back and forth and go off on each other or whatever. But when you pick up something and you throw it at her, I'm on your fucking ass because that's not cool. We don't, no, ma'am. That's not cool. We don't play. We shouldn't do that. Okay. But then, okay, like I said, they did the flashback. I wanted to talk about that. They get loud with each other. Miss Lisa Rinna primarily yelling to the top of her lungs, right? We get ready to have a performer come out. Some Grammy Award winning woman comes out to perform. And this is what has me laughing the most. When Kathy says, who the hell is that? Who is that? This is why I was laughing so hard, because I said, Miss Kathy don't know nobody. Kathy took her ass over there to watch what happens live, and she sat up there and confused and said that Lizzo was precious when it was named that person. How disrespectful. She sat up there and said Lizzo was precious. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of chuckled a little bit. Like, did she really just say what I think she said? Like, how did you even equate those two? You know what I'm saying? But Kathy, girl, you was wrong. You was out of line, girl. No, ma'am. And then people are trying to say that that's not the precious, like the precious we're thinking from the show, the movie Precious, is not the person that Kathy was trying to connect her to. She was trying to connect her to a supermodel by the name of Precious. I feel like Kathy was lying. Okay, y'all can say that all day. I'm like, Kathy, girl, you foolish. Okay, you knew exactly what you was doing, in my opinion. All right, but because at the end of the day, Lizzo don't look like neither one of them women, neither one of them. Okay, so I just felt like she was wrong for that. But seeing this Grammy Award winning person come out, Kathy didn't know. It took me back to that moment. Okay, so after the performance happened and nobody knew that the Grammy Award winning singer was there, right? So now that Lisa sees that this woman was behind the curtains or wherever she was, and also now that she sees that she done embarrassed herself in front of everybody, she wants to flip the conversation and make it about the fact that her mom just passed away and how she just received her items of her mom's things and her belongings and all this extra stuff. And I'm just like, Lisa, girl, shut the fuck up. You are so full of if you ask me. And I'm tired of you using this mommy card the same way Dorit was kind of using oh my God, woe is me. My home was burglarized. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I don't know what she's truly going through, because I am sure that, it's ups and downs for her. I'm sure that, one moment you're good when it comes to your mom, passing, and then one moment you're just not. But I just feel like there is no excuse for you to be as disrespectful as you are to Sutton and anybody else, or as messy as hell at anybody else, and then you try to pull out that card about your mom passing to gain some type of sympathy, and then everybody surrounds her, cries with her, feels bad for her, and it's like, are y'all kidding me? Are y'all like, I get it, but y'all need to have a conversation with her the same way y'all want to have that conversation with Crystal about her eating disorder. Y'all need to have a conversation. Like, I understand your mom has passed. It's gonna be a lot for you. I'm gonna always be here for you, but you cannot continue to go around and disrespect people that you would want to have in your corner. That's just not how that goes. So y'all need to have a conversation with Rinna and get this together. Okay. And I'm like, Kyle, it was very insensitive of you to bring up this issue. If she's going through what she's going through, Kyle, you about her best friend, if not closest to it. So you know what Lisa's going through. So for you to bring that shit up, very disrespectful, very insensitive. Did not like it at all. And I cannot wait until you get fully checked. And I hope that you get your ass checked at the reunion. But anyway, girl, that's really all that I got. Lisa said that, listen, this was wrong. How this situation happened at this event was all wrong. And I said, you're absolutely right, girl. It was wrong. And it was disrespectful AF. Period. All right. You guys go ahead and hop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about the latest episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Okay. I'm Jamie. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, or follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie. That's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.